All right, we are live.
Awesome.
So, welcome to Jen's awesome show. You are Ellipse.
I am, yeah.
Wonderful. It's good to meet you. And it looks like you are um, one of the people working on Rbubble. What is Rbubble?
I am indeed. So Rbubble, it's a platform where users can select which project they're involved with, whether that be Alien Worlds, Our Planet, or the future projects that I'm not going to tell about just yet. That's a surprise. Where they can come to our platform and select a tool that we support for that project. So it will give them a chance to kind of track how well they're doing in the currency that that respective tool has, project has. They'll easily be able to track where they're going with it, how much they're making, because people love stats. They love statistics, don't they? They do.
They do.
So it's a good way. At the moment, it's kind of difficult to calculate where you're at because you gotta follow the live price. For example, Aether for our planet, you got to follow the live price of that, update it every time it changes because it's very volatile. It does go up and down quite a lot, which affects the outcome of the data they're trying to get back. So what we've done is we thought, you know what, it's a nuisance. It really is. Me myself experienced that. I was just doing the same calculation every day, multiple times a day, changing this just to get the same. It is a nightmare. I thought, well, surely there's a way around this. And it started off with me creating a Google Docs spreadsheet. That's where everybody starts with these kind of things.
Yep.
And I got it all worked. I was like, this is good, but it doesn't update with the live price. And I thought, right, I'll write a script that connects with our core exchange, that can take the live price of Aether, and just have a little update button. All right, got that working. I was like, right, this is great. This is so useful. Everyone else needs to use. Everyone else needs this. You know what I mean? It can't just be me. I feel selfish. Everyone has to experience this.
Yes.
So I thought, well, I'm a web developer. I'm currently on a 12-month web development course at degree level, for a full stack web developer. So it just made sense for me to use this as my project for my assignment. So that's what I did. I thought, you know what, I'm going to recreate this into a website, and there formed our calculator. And to begin with, we've only got it only converts to USD dollars at the moment, but we're working on that. And yeah, so basically, users can input their mining power that they've got on our planet, how much Aether they're mining, and it'll do all the calculations for them, and it will stay up to date with the current price of Aether. And that's where it stemmed. That's where it started. I thought, this is great, but I can do a lot more. There's so much more I can give. And the amount of feedback I got in the first day was just unbelievable, unbelievable. And I realized how useful this was. And I thought, well, I have to do more, because this is just the beginning. And so I thought, well, why don't I create Rbubble? It didn't come to me straight away, but the name Rbubble kind of relates to our planet, I understand. And to begin with, it kind of made sense. But our bubble actually stands for React Bubble. And the reason why I've called it that is because it's going to be built on React, which is a front end framework for development. So it's going to be the platform itself is going to be based on very responsive, data, and React does really well with that. So I thought, well, Rbubble, and the bubble is, well, you've got a bubble of stuff inside it, right? A bubble of tools, like a hub. And that's where the name Rbubble came from. So that's kind of what we are, yeah.
That's fantastic. So then are you able to do things like if somebody wants to track something live, you're able to essentially do that if it's...
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So the plan is each project, so you'll come onto the platform, the website, and you'll just, by default, it'll probably start with we're thinking about just having it as default our planet, because that's where we sourced from. That's where we started. So we thought, well, if we just have it by default that, but you can then choose other projects. So our next one is, we've already given hints, is Alien Worlds is what we're going to be venturing into. So with that, you will be able to see your TLM. You'll be able to log into the Wax cloud, right? So you'll be able to log into your Wax wallet, and it'll automatically pull all your data in. So it will show you how much TLM you've got, how much you've gained in the last 24 hours, all the data that you could ever ask for will eventually be on there. And once you've selected the project that you want to be, you want to be working with, it'll have a list of the tools that we support at the current time for the project. So we'll have, Alien Worlds, they've got lands. I don't know the intricacies around that, but my developers, they know, my dev team, they know a lot more about it than I do. So we will be working on, pretty much and we want to get everything right in terms of what the community wants, because at the end of the day, I don't know everything. I don't know exactly, about all these other projects, but the community will. There's no doubt there's going to be somebody out there that is very invested in a certain project, and they will be able to tell us more than we'd ever be able to guess. So for us, it's very important to listen to what they ask for, because they're the ones that are going to be using it on a daily basis. So
Okay.
yeah, eventually you will just be able to take, automatically it will take on the live prices of the respected project that you've chosen, and the data will kind of flow around that.
That's fantastic. And so then if anybody wants to get in touch with you, the community links that we have on the bottom of the screen here, are those the best ways to do that?
Absolutely, yeah. Our Discord
Excellent.
servers is quite active. You'll always find myself in there. I'm always in there. I'm a nerd for that. No matter how busy I am, I'll always reply.
Excellent.
Always.
Well, that's good
Our
to hear.
Telegram and our Twitter's down below as well.
Perfect. So, well, you answered my first four
pretty much
questions.
just answered everything, haven't I?
Questions deep here.
I thought I'd do that.
So tell me a bit more about the community building around Rbubble, and what are the plans for that community?
2 seconds. I did hear somebody say my name.
Yes,
just then. Is that?
That would be my cohort here. Hi, Raleigh.
Hey, how are you doing? You all right?
Yeah. Good, man. Doing well. I just want to say major props. I love our calculator. Just
thank you.
My question for you, sorry for cutting you off. I just wanted to fill in while you're getting your next question ready. But
yeah, sure.
How long did it take you to develop our calculator?
I thought that'd come. Yeah, I thought that'd come. It took me just under a day, but the thing is, the reason why is because I already had everything set up in the Google Docs I made. So the algorithm for this was already made. I already did. That took about, in total, a day itself. But then it was just figuring out how this is going to look. That's what took the longest, because I have got OCD when it comes to design and things. If it doesn't look right, I'm like, no, scrap it, start again. And that's my problem. So it kind of came to the point where I was just not making progress. I was just, fiddling with one little detail for too long. I thought, you know what? I shouldn't be designing this, because I'm not a designer, I'm a developer. So I pass it on to Fugliuck, which is the co-founder, alongside this, and he actually did the design for our calculator. But yeah, all in all, I'd say about a day, just maybe a little bit over a day, and then we had it out. But there's been constant updates since there, bugs and glitches and things like that. And but yeah, I'd say about a good day.
That seems very impressive. I'm not very savvy on how all of that works, but that seems like an impressive timeline.
Yeah, well, yeah. When the thing is, it was already kind of there for me. I kind of had it in Google Docs. I just needed to transfer that into code. It wasn't, I can't take credit. I'm a genius. I'm not a genius. Yeah, I am. I'm not.
Excellent. So tell me a little bit about the community that's developing around Rbubble.
Oh, don't even get me started. The community we've got is amazing. Like for the first week that we started, I mean, I can't even remember when I launched our calculator. But Rbubble, that idea came around a couple of days after the creation of our calculator, and I realized that we were getting too much. We were just getting so much attention, and everyone was like, "Wow, why you haven't got a Discord server? What's going on? Let me join the Discord server." And I was like, "I don't have one." It was just like, "Give me a second." And I was a lot of direct messages saying, "This is amazing. Can I donate? How can I pay you? How can I donate?" And I'm like, I haven't sorted this. Give me a minute. You know what I mean? Give me a sec. Let me figure things out. And so I ended up making the Rbubble Discord server, and that's kind of where it kind of started with the community. So the amazing Mike and Luffy, the admins in the Our Planet Discord, they've been lovely. They've been amazing. They kind of helped us get our calculator out there, because at the end of the day, it's a very useful tool, and it's aimed towards our planet. So it just made sense,
Mm-hmm.
So they helped us grow that. They put up announcements announcing our new Discord server, and within the first 2 hours, we went from just myself and my team. There's about 4 of us in the Discord to 150 in a silly amount of time. That just blew up, and that's when the suggestions started coming in, and people started realizing, they were like, what is Rbubble? I thought I was joining our calculators, and that's where I was like, yeah, no, we've got other plans. And that's kind of where it started, and people started talking, and then you guys approached us, asking for an interview, and that's when I kind of realized this is getting out of control. I can't keep up with the growth of this, and that's when I realized I need a proper team for this. I can't do it alone. So we're kind of growing out left, right, and center. So that's kind of where the community started, and it's just non-stop growing. I mean, we're just about to hit 500 members in the Discord server in pretty much under a week, which is crazy if you think about it.
That really is.
Yeah. I was expecting maybe 50 after a month. Not 500 in a week. But yeah, it's the community's great. They really are. Hundreds of suggestions to go through, but it's going to shape the actual platform once it's launched itself. So the more the better.
That's absolutely exciting. Yeah. Is there anyone that you're hoping to collaborate with?
I cannot say.
Fair enough.
So we already have. So we've actually got a main sponsor. We've got 2 investors and really, really big supporters of the project. And one of these people, they have ridiculous connections. Now he's edging us into alien worlds to begin with. He knows all the big boys around this, and he loves it all, and that's why he believes in it. So he has a lot of plans for us, and we're kind of just following his lead with this, because my expertise isn't the world of NFTs. A lot of other people know a lot more than I do. I just know how to go about making what people want, So
yes.
In terms of collaboration, it would be lovely to be completely partnered with Alien Worlds, and our planet, to actually have a strong, real connection with them. That'd be lovely. Because at the end of the day, we can pretty much, in terms of tools, there isn't much out there that we can't do. It's just a case of just give us some time and we can do it, that kind of thing. And so, there's so much potential in what we can give to the community. It's just a case of, should we start building tools for projects when they have no idea who we are and they don't know we're building tools based on their stats and their, it's a little bit of a gray area in that terms, but we're working on it, so.
It sounds like you're doing all the useful things, because what you're describing would probably have filled the need of what I was doing with looking at Alien Worlds data this morning. I had half an hour of going through stuff, and a simple tool could have made that really easy.
Yeah.
So that prospect is exciting. And with all of the different games, I mean, I've only just learned about all this stuff in the last couple of months, and with everything that's out there, just the little bit that I know of, that potential is huge. And I know a small fraction of what's there. So
me too.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It is. The world of NFTs is just growing by the day, It really is. It really is.
So if you could make a really, really big mess with no repercussions, no budget, no responsibility, and no cleanup, what would you do and why?
What do you mean by a big mess?
Well, everybody seems to have a different answer. I had one person tell me that he would go and upset the local politics and force them to pay attention to things that matter. I had another person tell me that she would throw cereal and marshmallows all over her backyard and have everybody over for a cereal marshmallow fight. And if it were me, I would probably turn my house into a giant art collage less functional house, more collage. So it's wide open, absolutely anything.
I would probably cause an international riot, and not necessarily a riot, but a protest, and just get everybody just spouting out about NFTs. Get the world on it and explain to them what NFTs are. You know, they're not just art. You know, it's not just you can own a digital asset and you can own the only one in the world. You know, why is the Mona Lisa worth millions? Well, it's because there's only that in the world. You know, NFTs go so much further. You know, we can do so much more. And it's just sad that, you know, as big as they're becoming in the world of the website, the web, you know, it would just be great if everyone else, people that you don't need to necessarily be, you know, tech heavy to understand how to get into the world of NFTs. It'd just be great if more people were evolved around it, because there's so many people that love playing games on their web browsers and, you know, little things like that. You know, when everyone was in school, we used to play mini clip and things like that. It'd be cool if they could be introduced to the world of NFTs. You know, there's loads of projects that build their NFT game, their NFT project based on a game. You know, and you don't need money to start. You don't need to be, you know, investing, you know, money into this. You just, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would just cause a big riot, you know, just go mental, just throw it in people's faces, just throw 3 letters at people, NFT, throw it at them. What do you think of that? And they go, what is that? It's NFTs, and this is exactly what we're about, you know?
it has so much potential for future applications for almost everything.
Oh yeah.
It's bizarre that it's not more popular. The only thing missing would be that step that you seem to be willing to provide here, and that would be the tools that make it accessible to the general public.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So it's, you know, the thing is if I show people our calculator that have no idea about NFTs or our planet, they're going to look at this and go, what? Enter your mining power? What does that mean? You know, and then I'll just have to explain, well, you're just going to have to know what our planet is. And they're going to be like, what's that? Doesn't matter. It's too much to explain. It's too much to explain, you know? That's the only thing. So it's for people that don't actually understand what this is and what it's used for. The problem is, well, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but when you go to our calculator, you're not greeted with, this is what we are, this is what it does, this is, you know, there's no information of what it does. We just assume that, you know how to use it. And that's because we've targeted our audience to people that do use, you know, that are mining, you know, that are getting Aether. And that's one direction we're thinking, well, do we, you know, make this so somebody that accidentally stumbles across our planet, sorry, our bubble, God, here we go. Do we have it so we explain everything about that, or do we just keep it hardcore, you know, to the users that know what they're doing? And that's a tough one. It really is a tough one. But, you know, there's, who knows?
I like the potential there.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's very exciting. But at the same time, it's kind of coming into the part now where this is more of a business now, you know. And I'm not a businessman, you know. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I'm just trying to help. You know, I'm just trying to help the community and make what, you know. I'm pretty much doing as I'm told. You know, can you do this? Can you make this? Yes, I can. Just give me a little bit of time and I'll do it. You know, and we're kind of slowly like growing clientele. So it kind of just makes sense to go down the road of, you know, becoming like a limited company, because if something does go wrong, it won't. There's not really much that can go wrong. I can't be held liable for it, you know. I'm just a 24-year-old guy, you know, just like everybody else, you know. So now that we're growing so much, and it is amazing, but at the same time, it's very overwhelming, and that's why I'm just kind of passing a lot of things down to the rest of the team that have a little bit more experience in other areas that I don't, you know.
Yeah.
Because if I do try and take this on headfirst on my own, it's just going to be a disaster. It really is.
Yeah, there's something to be said for having a really, really good supportive team behind you.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
definitely.
But we want to make sure we get it right. Our plan with Rbubble, the platform itself, is we want to release an MVP, a minimal viable product. Because the thing is, if we told you guys, yeah, we'll release Rbubble when it's completely finished and it's completely, it's all done, you're going to be waiting about a year, maybe 2 years, because
Yeah.
it's what we have planned is so big. We're aiming for the skies. We really are. We're not, we're not messing around.
Hmm.
So, we're trying to really figure out what the best kind of the criteria for our launch is going to be. What will be included to begin with. We don't want to just release what we already have with our calculator. We want to add, loads of different things. You can pick your own currency, so that if you're from America, you're from Australia, it doesn't matter where you're from, we will support that currency, and we will be able to support figures, because no one wants to, for some reason I've got into habit now where I only work in US dollars, but I'm actually from England. So when I'm
Yeah.
telling friends and family about, there's this much in dollars, that what? And I'm getting so used to it. And that's just because I've been coding and doing everything based on dollars, that I am now only thinking, and it's quite funny. But so, yeah, at the moment, we only support dollars, which that mainly our suggestion, they've always come back to, can you make it so you support our local currency? And that's kind of, I'm trying to figure out whether I should actually release an update for our calculator to support that. But it's such a big job.
That would be huge.
So
There are a lot of currencies out there.
yeah, there really are. There really are. Yeah, sure is. Yeah. So it's overwhelming how much I'm thinking about right now. But I'm just kind of the thing is, the community we've got are so supportive. They're not, at the end of the day, they're not pushing us. They're not like, when's it coming out? When's the launch? And surprisingly, we haven't been asked when is the launch half as much as I thought we would. I think the community right now are happy with our calculator for now. And I'm kind of glad, because if we release too much and we get people too excited about what we're doing, then they will be like, when is it coming out? When is Rbubble going to be launched? I'm excited for it. I'm even asking myself, when's this going to be done?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the one like half doing it, So we're trying to hold back on what we're going to be telling everyone what's going to be coming, because at the end of the day, we want to launch this with a bang, We do.
Definitely.
We want to launch this with a bang, because there's so much more to come. It's just, it's just at the moment is all up in the air. There's too much going on.
That is wonderful. I'm excited to see whatever's coming next. I think it's going to be great.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. Any time will tell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about you, Raleigh? Do you have any more questions?
Is he driving at the moment? Did he say he's driving?
Possibly.
Crickets.
Crickets.
There
you are.
I am walking a dog right now, and it is pretty loud over here. How long have you been in the NFT community now?
I'd say about, well, I think I joined like mid February. I think it was around February time, so about three and a half. Well, coming up to 3.5 months.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
That's I really like your answer to Jen's mess question about the NFT protest.
Yeah.
Because I feel the same way. I was just a regular Joe Schmo who was so excited about NFTs and decided to create a YouTube channel. And next thing I know, I'm sitting in front of you. So
Unlucky.
it's been a roller coaster, right? And I'm sure you've
Yeah.
experienced the same thing. And for you to have been so excited about this space and our planet, that you created this tool for everyone to use, and now we all get to enjoy it. It's like the excitement is just spilling over.
Oh, it is. It really is. It really is.
So
there's nothing better than. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, big props to you. You're a gangster for your protest idea. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, the more people that know about the world of NFTs, the better. But there's nothing more. What's the word? There's nothing more exciting and nothing more that I appreciate more than when somebody comes to me and just says, "I love what you've made. It helps me so much." The best comment, the best response I ever got, well, that I've got so far, is that somebody said that whenever they're sad, they look at our calculator and they see how much they're worth. How much their mining power is worth, and it makes them happy.
That's awesome.
Because I was like, that's amazing. You know, I never thought I'd bring joy to people. I thought I'd bring, you know, efficiency. You know, make people's lives a little bit easier, not happiness. You know, and I'm kind of glad that, you know, that's kind of an outcome. You know.
Absolutely.
That's great.
I was blown away by how great your guys' website looked when I first jumped on our calculator. Blown away. I just like enter my mining power and boom, it's on display there in you know, in wax and dollars and ether.
Yeah.
Very cool.
How did
you discover our planet?
That's a good question. How did I? I think it was a friend of mine. Yes, it was. A friend of mine called Nem. He is actually a whale in the R Planet community. So he's on like 130,000 an hour. And he got me into. He was like, "Yo, have you heard of R Planet?" I was like, "What? What's that?" Wow, it's this. And I was like, "That looks really cool." You know, discover elements, you know, craft elements and all that. I thought that's right up my street. And I started off about a month and a half ago, I believe, with R Planet. And I got myself some rigs and started trying to, you know, be an inventor for new elements. And I never really found anything. But he kind of got me started with it. And what made me stay is the community with Our Planet. You know, like eventually over time, I've seen the same faces, I've seen the same names pop up, and people getting excited and announcements. And then I realized how awesome the developers of Our Planet are. You know, they're the way. If you look at the Our Planet roadmap, the direction they're going with this, with robots and stuff, I thought that's actually awesome. That's really cool. So that's kind of what that was the glue for me. You know, there isn't at the time, there was no other projects that I was really, you know, invested into. There was no other projects I was really into apart from Our Planet, and that's kind of where it stemmed for me. Yeah.
Wow. So is this one of your first stops, Our Planet?
It is indeed. Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. That's so cool. I have a little bit of a different story, but as soon as I discovered the Uplift, I kind of ditched the rest, and that's where I've been ever since.
Right. Funny you say that. So my friend Nem, he's got, I think, 9 plots of land on Uplift.
Wow.
And he spent about, a week in the Minecraft server making his land. And he kept calling me, does this look good? And he's just built a huge boat. I don't know if you've seen it, a big boat. Do you know? I don't know if you stumbled across that land.
I've heard of it. I want to say I've heard of it for sure.
I'll have to get him in.
Yet.
It's a huge boat. You can't miss it.
Okay.
But it's on land. That's the thing that's kind of weird. It's kind of held up by support. Yeah, it's just a huge ship, and he's kind of created a city beneath it. So he kind of got me, and I was going to get in. I actually had a 3 random land plot for Uplift, but I couldn't afford to get the key to go alongside with it, so I ended up selling, and I do regret it now because it would have been cool. But yeah, I know.
I'm sure there's something we can work out.
Well, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. But
and there is the auction going on now too. There's more land, and with the auction, there are some pieces that are not as expensive. They're starting below market value.
All right. That's
25% below.
Yeah, it's a new area called Chicken Ka. And there's all kinds of stuff on the internet about it. I'm wondering if I can grab the auction link to share. I will take a look.
And before it goes up to $1 million for the land.
Yeah, well, it's pretty decent. I'm just wondering where I put it.
The thing is people have created some amazing things on the Uplift. They really have, and it's if you get a slot of land next to someone that's built something amazing, you're like, oh, where do I start? You know, how am I supposed to top that? You know?
Yeah.
It's like when you go on X Factor and the contestant that went on just before you's just done amazing. You're like, well, there's just no point in me. What am I gonna do now? You know?
Yes.
I'm gonna be going heavy on working with my neighbors, and hopefully we can come up with one design that spans across the multiple plots.
Yeah, that's the way you want to go with it. 100%. Build something that makes, when people are going across that rail, that little minecart thing, make them stop and go, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
Exactly.
That's the way to do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, the thing is, Minecraft is building stuff. Is that I am creative, kind of. I am in my mind, but when I try and bring it to life, like it just doesn't work the same as what I'm thinking, and then I'm like, it's not what I wanted to do, and so it would take me so long just to create a house, because it's not actually the house creating that took so long. It's I start with something, I break it down again, I build it again, I go, no, that's not right. I don't make progress. That's why I just stick to code.
That's the hardest thing about some of the things I've built is to walk away. Like, no, it's done now. I can see 20 things I want to change about it, but no, it's done. Not touching it ever again.
With me. Exactly,
it's a challenge.
It is. It really is. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Well, I've got the link to the auction here if anyone's interested on the bottom of the screen. Enter.theuplift.world/auction. And that's going on for another couple days here. The first round is going to be ending in about sometime, I'd say 15-20 minutes or so. I'm not sure exactly when it went live yesterday. And then round 2, which is the purple stuff, will keep going. And then the blue stuff will end 48 hours from now.
Awesome.
And it's clickable map, so you click on the plot, it takes you to the auction link.
Yeah, no, I'm on it now. Wow, this is cool. This is cool. Wait, I can't see the actual auction. Is it?
You have to click on the land plot.
Give me a sec. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Right. That's cool. $700. Gee.
That's cheap.
Well, it probably is. Is compared to But in the grand scheme of it's still a lot of money. But yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they end up going for. I'm expecting when I look back, I'm going to find out that I've been outbid on everything. But
yeah, well, that's the only worry. Yeah, the thing with the same with every project that does well. If they have land, it just goes so high, doesn't it?
It does.
Everyone loves land. If you've got land,
it means something. And it's digital land, so it's not even real world land, but somehow it has value.
Well, they do. Well, they do. They do to the thing is, it has value to whoever has it, right? Because it's like I've got this. What have you got?
Yes.
And if somebody can come and visit your land, like you built this is yours. Yeah. All right. It's kind of like a flex, isn't it?
It is a bit.
That's kind of like NFTs as well. If you see someone with a really cool NFT, you're like, oh, I want that. Well, I'm the only one that's got it, so I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's what the drive is.
You had the in-game perks and all the rewards and all the rest of it, and suddenly that land is worth something. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we could talk about NFTs for the rest of our lives. I could sit here now and talk about all the awesome things that's going on, and the things that you guys have heard of Engine, right?
I haven't, but I'm new.
Oh,
yes,
Engine, they're doing some awesome stuff.
Yeah, I've been hearing some things come from Engine for sure.
Oh yeah, they're creating an actual engine that is evolved around NFTs, and I'm hoping that they will be able to branch out to already existing games and like all sorts of different games. I'm hoping like Rocket League and maybe even Call of Duty, everything. Get everything on the blockchain. Get everything on the blockchain. That'd be awesome.
That it's hopefully inevitable, right? It has to come sometime.
Well, yeah,
or else you run into the issue of being last.
Exactly, falling behind. Exactly, yeah. The last to do something, it's always the worst. And the world of NFTs is just growing and growing and growing. It's eventually just it's going to become bread and butter, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Pretty much has to.
Yeah, exactly. There's too much going on with it. There's too much good stuff coming out of it. Yeah. Well, I've got about 5.5 more. Well, yeah, about 5 more minutes left before I do have to dash off.
Okay.
But is there anything else you guys want to hear from us?
I have one last question. What about you, Raleigh?
I think you already mentioned tipping. Where can we tip?
You mean donating?
Donating. Sorry.
So currently, I haven't really come up with any system around this really. So our Discord server has an automatic bot that allows you to tip like automatically. But apart from that, it would just have to be to my my Wax wallet address, which is posted. It's actually on the home screen of our calculator.
Gotcha.
That's really all I have at the moment, and I haven't really
Okay.
thought too much about that. Really,
Is there cost to run our calculator?
there is, yeah, there
Gotcha.
are, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Okay. Cool.
got a
Yeah.
web hosting.
Yeah. We need to get you taken care of. So that's you know, it's an issue of the
Well,
past.
it's at the end of the day, it's my idea. It was my idea to do it. Therefore, I hold myself reliable for
Yes,
the upkeep.
but somebody like me that I was like doing all the math prior, now I can just go on hop on this website. Like I use our calculator every single day, and I have it as an open tab. I update it all the
That's
time.
amazing.
Sometimes nothing changes, but I just still go to look. Right, nothing changes for days, and I'm still checking in every day because I just want to look at it.
Yeah.
So I am more than happy to give you or donate to you for this value that you've brought me.
No,
And
that means a lot. Thank you.
I'm sure there's plenty more.
Yeah, well, that means a lot. All donations genuinely go back into this. So I pay my
That's
actual
awesome.
my development team. They're not free,
Gotcha.
As much as it would have been amazing if we were just a group of really talented people that thought, let's build this. That would be the perfect world, Then you would be talking to 5 of us here. But it was my, I've had to. The thing is, I always aim high. So my plans of where I want to bring this, I can't, it will require like a proper team. This isn't just going to be, a little platform where you can do a little bit of this. No, we're going big. So it will, any donations that have come through so far, they just do go straight back into. We've done a lot of giveaways as well. So we like to give back to the community because without them, we're nothing. So we do giveaways a lot. So I'd say about a lot of donations go into giveaways, but then the rest just go back into development team. So it really does help. It really does help. It takes stress off me because I'm pretty much paying out of my own pockets to support this, But that I'm more than happy with that. I wouldn't have chosen the position I'm in now if I couldn't handle it. It's just it is nice to have that little bit of help, and it does go a long way. So
that's great. Cool.
So, yeah, I do appreciate that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So just before we're done here, what are you grateful for right now?
Everything that's every single person that's the amount of feedback we're getting and the amount of people that's telling us how much it helps them and stuff. It just makes everything worth it. It really does. It's something different. I don't know if you've ever experienced it where you've done something and somebody just shows so much gratitude towards it, and it's like, oh, that feels so good. I just want to help them out more. That's all it does. It's like, you don't know anything yet. I'm gonna help you out so much more, and that's the feeling. It's like the more people come to me and say that, thank you so much. It's like, I'm gonna give you so much more. Just wait.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't just pick one single thing what I'm grateful for. It's just a multitude of things, to our investors, our supporters, the community, you guys for interviewing us, everything really is. It's amazing.
That's wonderful. What about you, Raleigh? What are you grateful for right now?
I'm also grateful for opportunities. I talk to my wife about every single time that I'm about to do an interview with anybody, and just kind of update her on who it is that I'm going to be speaking to. And just this morning, I was telling her like, okay, I'm about to go online, and we were just talking how crazy is all of this, right? It feels like I've gone from 0 to 60. Just a couple months ago, like I said, I was just a regular Joe Schmo, just doing my everyday thing, and now I'm a YouTuber. So
yeah,
I'm grateful for opportunities.
Yeah, there you go. And that's the thing. It's the same with me. As a week and a half ago, our calculator didn't even exist. Well, I think about 2 weeks ago, and now I'm sat here like I've kind of going towards having a business, and that's just crazy. You know,
That's awesome.
that was never on my bucket list, but I guess it is now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's crazy. Life just throws good stuff at you sometimes, and it's like, whoa.
And how does your family does your family know about all this? I'm sure they do, right?
Oh, they do, yeah. They can't
How,
believe that it came out of nowhere, you know.
right.
And
That's great.
it's
That's awesome, man.
some of them don't fully understand exactly what it is I've made, but they just take my word for it. It's useful. That's all they know. I've created a solution to, I wouldn't say a problem. I wouldn't say that people having to calculate their own earnings at the moment is a problem, but it's a solution to something. I don't know. I'm trying to get at. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Curtis. Yeah, I appreciate what you said. In the chat, it means a lot, man. Thank you. But
Well,
yeah.
I'm also grateful for opportunities and grateful for surprises and all the rest of that wonderful stuff that's happening this morning. And I'm really, really grateful for people who understand that I'm time zone stupid. I've rescheduled with M Blue. We'll be back this afternoon talking with him about all kinds of things. This has been absolutely wonderful. Thank you for joining me, and we should make a plan to catch up in a while here and see how things are going for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Next time you'll get to meet Harry, is pretty much the co-founder. He's the glue to this. He's basically my best friend for 10 odd years, and he kind of helped with a lot of the ideas and the directions that we're heading in, and he did a lot of the UI for our calculator. So a lot of credit goes to him as well. But yeah, next time when you guys when you have me, you'll get to meet him, and yeah, that'll be awesome.
That'll
You'll
be
see
great.
where we're at then. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. Yeah, me too.
Same.
All
well,
right.
Thanks for joining us, and
Yeah,
that's all
it's
for
been a
now.
pleasure. All right.
Cool.
Take it easy, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.